Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Universe Mode. And we are here. It's the Money pay-per-view. And we're here with the pre-show actually. And we are here with the tag team match from the SmackDown side of things. This is a semi-final of the tag team tournament. The winner of this goes on to face the New Day in the next episode of SmackDown for the SmackDown tag team titles. And here is R-Truth with little Jimmy. And you can see R-Truth here is dressed as his tag team partner, Dexter Lumis. He has incorporated Lumis's outfit as he lets little Jimmy in. He's a bit nuts here. He hasn't gone for his What's Up entrance. He's gone for his little Jimmy entrance. And can R-Truth and Dexter Lumis, this put together tag team on SmackDown, R-Truth's embraced it, as we can see. He's dressed as Dexter Lumis. He's gone a bit mad. And they are here hoping to qualify to fight for the tag team titles on SmackDown. As here's his partner, the strange Dexter Lumis. And can this oddball tag team work? To get to this point, they did beat the Usos, who are maybe the favourites for the tag team tournament at the start of it. So we've already seen an upset. Let's look at Lumis. Look at the look in his eyes. As he crawls into the ring, stares out at the crowd. So intense. It's shaking with intensity. It is frightening from Lumis. And with R-Truth's kind of crazy personality, the intensity of Lumis, it's a tag team you can't look past. And there they are, wearing the same outfits, but their opponents today are again a tag team I think to be feared. It is Retribution, Mace and T-Bar. And I mentioned there's an upset for R-Truth and Dexter Lumis. Potentially these two as well. They beat the Viking Raiders and then beat them down after the match to show their to almost make a statement. It was a statement-making victory, I think, from Retribution. And look at the size of them. Look at the intensity here. Just walking down to the ring, almost in like a trance, these two. That's what it looks like. And it's a big opportunity for one of these two teams to go on and face the New Day, who beat Mustache Mountain on the last episode of Universe Mode. Look at these two looking around the audience. As Mace shinily shows a bit of a T-Bar. And these two, the intensity of these two. The intensity of Lumis as well. As R-Truth and Lumis walk around the other side of the ring. And look at them. With their masks as well. Just look so intense, these two. Mason T-Bar against R-Truth and Dexter Lumis. R-Truth will start the match alongside Mace. And here we go. We're kicking off Money in the Bank with a match I bet no one thought they would see on a pay-per-view. R-Truth and Dexter Lumis against Retribution as R-Truth knee to the face of Mace and a kick to the back of the head. R-Truth goes up to the middle rope and completely misses his move. And I feel like R-Truth is definitely the the oddball in this tag team match, because the other three are big guys, big, powerful, intense guys, and R-Truth will have to try and match that if he wants to compete, as he will have the speed advantage as he works on T-Bar and drops him to his face. And we're going to see Dexter Lumis for the first time, but he gets out of the move there as T-Bar brought him to the shoulders and he drops T-Bar to the mat. And Lumis, thought about going to the outside of the ring, is going to stay inside here. This is just a regulation tag team match, so you can be disqualified, but a good leg drop there from Lumis. As again, he contemplates going to the outside. He's taunting T-Bar. I don't know if that's the right idea from Lumis. T-Bar strikes to the face, but Lumis fights back as he brings it back into the ring, but T-Bar gets a strike in. Oh, and a backbreaker there from T-Bar. Oh, what a athletic kind of... I don't know what the degrees on that was, but it's a lovely kind of moonsault type move there on Lumis, as T-Bar now is going to go in for the tag to Mace. It's Retribution working well as a team so far. Mace is going to the middle rope as Lumis gets back to his feet, but a shoulder drive taking Lumis down, and a kick there to the inside of the leg. Just chucking Lumis towards his corner. What a power move that was from Mace. Lumis is not a small guy, and he's just chucked him to his corner and working on the back of the knee there. As Lumis gets out and charges down Mace. Mace gets a foot up there though. As we're tied up, Lumis takes Mace to the outside. Lumis has already toyed with going to the outside of the ring a few times, and now he has brought the action to the outside. He went to DDT Mace to the outside. Mace though fighting out of it, none of it. The count is up to 2. And knee to the face of Lumis. So Mace brings this one back inside. Oh, he gets the tag into R-Truth. R-Truth brings Mace into the corner. Okay, he gets kick into the leg of Mace against the rope. We're back into the corner again. And R-Truth working away on Mace in the corner here. Pulls him out of the corner. Oh, is he going to go for the pinfall? No, he decided against it, R-Truth. So he's not going for a suplex into kind of a suplex stunner type move on a Mace. But Mace's feet were under the ropes, and the referee's not having that. It's another tag by Truth and Lumis. To have a team name, by the way, so if anyone has any ideas of a team name for Truth and Lumis, I'm all ears. So he goes for the tag. And now Mace and T-Bar throw Lumis into the ropes, and a drop over their shoulders as T-Bar's going to go for the pinfall. The first pinfall of the match as Truth breaks it up at 2. I don't know if that would have seen Lumis down for the 3 count, but Truth was having, wasn't taking any chances. There's a little springboard there from T-Bar, who's shown quite a bit of athleticism in this match. I guess we did see that on in NXT as under the name Dijakovic. His matches with Keith Lee are memorable, but he's under the alias of T-Bar here on the main roster. As R-Truth driving him into his own corner, but T-Bar fights out with it. As he goes to the outside, but back in again. T-Bar not quite sure. The drop kick by Truth, that indecision. As we both men tag at the same time, and a spear by Mace. God, Mace and Lumis ran towards each other, both tagged at the same time, both had the same intentions, and Mace got the spear in. Is that going to go for the pinfall? 1, 2, R-Truth is there. 3! Get there in time, and Mace gets the victory for Retribution. They go on to face the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And look at them. So Retribution win the kickoff, but we're now going to go into the main show itself. And what a way to kick off with the man, Becky Lynch. This match is for the Raw Women's title. And here is the man. The 4 women in this are former champions in real life. That's why they were selected for this Fatal 4-Way. The 4 women with the most credentials in the women's division, the Raw Women's division, were selected for this Fatal 4-Way. And we are going to crown our first Raw Women's Champion. And you'll be hard-pressed to look past the man, Becky Lynch. She squashed Naomi, really, in the in an episode of Raw in the build-up to this. And was actually then involved in a brawl with Sasha Banks after the bell. And speaking of, here comes the boss, Sasha Banks. It's boss time, as Michael Cole will say. And here she is. She beat Carmella on the Go Home show on Monday Night Raw. So these two are coming into this with momentum. They both got victories over the other 2 competitors in this match. Like I say, they were involved in a brawl at the end of the Becky Lynch-Naomi match. And the confidence here of Sasha Banks, as she wants to be the inaugural Raw Women's Champion. And can she do it here at Money in the Bank? You'll notice also the match placement. This match is taking place before the Women's Money in the Bank, so there's no chance of being cashed in on straight away. So whoever wins this will be looking on at that Women's Money in the Bank match with interest, if the winner comes from Raw. But next out is the most beautiful woman in all of WWE, self-proclaimed Carmella. I mean, she looks the part, but can she do enough here to be the inaugural Raw Women's Champion? Corey Graves definitely thinks so. And you can't doubt the confidence here of Carmella. I mean, maybe she'll be a bit gutted not to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, given her record in ladder matches in real life. She won the first ever women's Money in the Bank. Twice, if you want it. And here she is. She suffered defeat at the hands of Sasha Banks on the last episode of Universe Mode. But, do you know what? That doesn't mean that much. She can pin Naomi here to become the Raw Women's Champion. She can beat Becky. She doesn't have to get involved with Sasha. And here comes Naomi. It's glow time here. Probably the woman with the least momentum coming into this, as she lost so decisively to Becky Lynch. And we've not really seen her since. But, as with Carmella, that defeat only means so much. Okay, they don't come in this with momentum, but Naomi does not have to get involved with Becky Lynch in the decisive fall for this match. And I wonder how the dynamics of this match are going to play out. Are we going to see... Who are we going to see fighting who? Are we going to see Carmella and Naomi maybe see each other as the weak links in this match and go after each other? Or are we going to see Naomi try and get some retribution on Becky? As we see Becky and Carmella there. Look at them on the outside, squaring up, Carmella and Becky already as Naomi finishes off her intro. Her entrance. And Sasha's on the other side of the ring. But interested there, we saw Becky and Carmella square up on the outside. And that's what it's all for here. The Raw Women's title. The referee holds the belt aloft. Who is going to be the first Raw Women's Champion on Universe Mode? Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Carmella, or Naomi? Here we go, and Becky goes straight for Carmella. We saw them square up outside the ring during Naomi's entrance, and I wonder whether that's why Becky goes straight for Carmella, and Naomi and Sasha start off, and Naomi and Becky start out on top. A drop kick to the back of Carmella. Again, one pinfall for the outcome here, and Naomi goes for an early pinfall on Sasha, and Becky's having none of it. I mean, I don't know if that would have got the pinfall anyway, but Naomi working on Becky. Sasha goes for Naomi and Carmella goes for Becky. That seems to be how we're splitting these guys up early on. As Carmella with elbows to Becky in the corner. Becky no fight. It's been a tie up. But Carmella taking Becky back to that corner. Hurricane Rana by Naomi. Becky runs in towards the corner. Carmella catches her in a Hurricane Rana out of the corner on Becky. As Becky's going to roll to the outside, and as is Naomi. As we're down to 2 in the ring. Here's Sasha. There's 1. There's 2. The 3 Amigos by Sasha Banks. Homage to Eddie Guerrero. It's now just raining fists out on Carmella. She's heading to the top right. We've already seen we're going to see a frog splash by Sasha Banks. Although she wants Carmella back to her feet, but Becky's not going to allow that. And now we're seeing Becky and Sasha tee off. We saw them collide after the Becky-Naomi match on Raw. So there is definitely no love lost between Becky and Sasha, as Naomi is getting the better of Carmella. Yeah, like I say, 1 fall to a finish. There's no elimination here, so we'll be seeing pinfalls broken up. We've already seen that. Becky Lynch broke up a pinfall attempt by Naomi early doors. As Sasha drives Becky's face to the mat as Carmella drops Naomi. And just working on Naomi there as Sasha gets a reverse in on Becky Lynch. Naomi springboard way off top as Becky goes for the suplex. And I thought she might have tried to hook the leg for the pinfall, but didn't. Carmella takes Naomi into the corners. Becky Lynch goes for the running leg drop, but Sasha's out of the way. And Carmella goes for that Hurricane Runner out the turnbuckle, out of the corner again on Naomi. Now we're down to Sasha and Carmella as Becky and Naomi roll out the ring. Sasha takes Carmella into the corner. And just kicks there into the corner. From Sasha Banks, who is feeling this. Are we going to see the boss as the inaugural Raw Women's Champion? Oh, Carmella drives Naomi and Sasha's head against each other. Naomi goes for the suplex on Carmella, but Carmella gets out of the suplex attempt and has a suplex of her own. Sasha on Becky. Sasha's going for the pinfall. 1. No, not even a 1 count. Becky kicks out. Not even a 1 count there on Becky Lynch. Carmella just pounding away Naomi on the other side of the ring. But Exploder suplex on Sasha. She rolls out the ring. Drop kick on Carmella. We're down to Naomi and Becky. And Naomi has some retribution to pay on Becky, as Becky has already beaten her. As Naomi kicks Becky away there. Becky's back to her feet, and Becky's going for the armbar. to disarm her. Sasha though not giving Naomi the chance to tap out. Disarm her. That's what saw Becky beat Naomi on the first episode of Monday Night Raw. And Sasha was aware of that and was not going to allow that to happen again. Because that would have seen Becky as Raw Women's Champion. As they're all just throwing strikes at each other. Naomi with the spring key. As Becky is going to roll out of the ring. So we've got 3 in the ring now. Oh, Sasha with a lovely move there on Naomi. Carmella just watching on. I wonder what Sasha's going for here. She's dragging Naomi into the centre of the ring. She moves away though, works back towards Carmella. Oh, Spanish. What's it called? Canadian Destroyer by Sasha on Carmella. Oh, goes back towards Naomi now. We're down to the 2 again in the ring. Naomi and Sasha. Naomi working on Sasha's arm. Maybe weaken it up for Becky Lynch later on. She went for the submission attempt, but Becky broke it up. It's Naomi. Bit of headbanging here from Becky. Bad timing, as Naomi will drive Becky into the corner. Naomi again just kicking Becky away from the corner. But Becky catches her. And she's going for the manhandle slam on Naomi. And now has Carmella to deal with. Drops Carmella. Is she going to go for the pinfall? She's going to stick with Carmella. The manhandle slam on Naomi. I wonder if Naomi was down for a 3 count there. Didn't go for it. But she's going for the disarm her on Carmella. Naomi's very quick to that. And was not going to allow Carmella to tap out and end this match. Carmella is down, by the way. It's Becky with a right hand to Sasha. Becky is going for the running leg drop as Carmella stays down, misses the second one. Sasha scouted that. Oh, and a exploder suplex on Sasha. Now with Becky and Carmella. Carmella takes Becky down. Now takes Sasha down. Carmella's in control here. Pounding away on Sasha's face. As Becky looks on. Becky with the arrogance. Carmella drives Becky into the corner. Sasha working on Carmella now. Becky's in the corner. Naomi's on the outside of the ring. We're now back up to full complement though in the ring. As Carmella stops Sasha. And drops her on her back as we're Naomi and Becky in a Russian leg sweep from Naomi on Becky. Carmella stays in the corner. Naomi kicks here and Carmella takes out the ref and Naomi hits the kick to the back of the head of Becky Lynch. And amongst all that, like I say, Carmella took out the referee, which was interesting. Oh, and some teamwork there. You don't see, and again, it is a short-lived team of Becky and Carmella as Becky goes for Carmella and takes Becky out. Goes out the ring herself. The referee's back to his feet, but with Naomi in the ring. Carmella comes in to join them. Sasha and Becky are outside the ring. And Carmella is in the corner. And they're going to go for the split leg moonsault. Naomi on Carmella. But she can't go for the pinfall because the other two are in the ring. And Becky was trying to break it up before it even started. And Naomi goes for the pinfall. 1, 2. Are we going to... Oh, I wonder whether that was enough for the Naomi. Sasha broke it up. And I wonder whether Naomi was this close to becoming our first Raw Women's Champion. But Sasha Banks broke it up. So Naomi goes for her corner move again where she kicks Sasha away. Carmella takes Naomi back into the corner. But we have a manhandle slam centre of the ring on Sasha Banks. But that's not enough. Becky wants to disarm her. She wants to tap Sasha Banks out in the centre of the ring. She has it. Carmella is choking Naomi in the corner. And Sasha taps. And Becky's the champion. And Carmella takes the referee out after the match. Twice in this match did Carmella take out the referee. But it doesn't matter. Becky Lynch is our first Raw Women's Champion. For some reason the belt is all black. some glitch with the game, but it doesn't matter. Becky Lynch is the first Raw Women's Champion, and what a way to start the main show of Money in the Bank. As we move on now to the Intercontinental Elimination 6-man match. And the first man out here is the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. Again, the rules of this match: 6 men start the match. Pinfall or submission. Once you've been counted for 3 or you've been submitted, you are out of the match. And the match continues without you until we're down to just 1, the last man standing. So we've already seen Pete Dunne compete once in Universe Mode. He lost to King Nakamura in a Money in the Bank qualifier, but he has a chance here to win gold in this Intercontinental 6-man eliminator. The Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. And next out is this man going to the moon and going for the Intercontinental title is Cameron Grimes. We saw him on the last episode of Universe Mode. He beat Apollo Crews in a warm-up match. So he has momentum, Cameron Grimes. He's already pinned one of the competitors in this match. And I wonder, could he start his Universe Mode career with the Intercontinental title? Cameron Grimes.
So you could say Cameron Grimes is similar to the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, but
we know he's flush with cash, but can he be flush with gold around his waist at the end of this match?
and that's why you're not allowed to touch Cameron's hat. Not even for like a minute? No.
No, who's going to be next out? And next up, shoosh please. It is the leader of the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable. Alpha Academy, they lost to Mustache Mountain, but in that match it's actually Otis who tapped out to Tyler Bate. So Chad Gable's record is clean. He's never been pinned in the one match so far, and he is here to shoosh all other competitors and say a thank you to the Intercontinental title if he can win this match. And next up is a man we haven't seen yet on Universe Mode. It is Mansoor. Big opportunity for Mansoor to see what he can do. I would say he's a wild card in this match. We don't know a great deal about Mansoor. We've seen him in a few of the shows in Saudi Arabia where he's picked up big wins. He's won a Battle Royal over there. He's beat the likes of Dolph Ziggler over there. But on SmackDown, we haven't seen too much of Mansoor. And this is his first appearance in mode. And what a way to kick off the Universe Mode it would be if he could be our first Intercontinental Champion. And next up is Apollo Crews. We're yet to see Commander Aziz on Universe Mode. He will enter Universe Mode later on once he is available to download. But until then, Apollo Crews will ride solo. And imagine if he could win the Intercontinental title before Commander Aziz joins his side. Because once Commander Aziz joins his side, it's a different prospect, Apollo Crews. We saw him lose to Cameron Grimes on the last episode of Universe Mode. So he comes into this match with not much momentum. But we know how capable Apollo Crews can be. And he has as good a chance as any of the men in this match. And last, but by no means least, it's not a conspiracy that he's coming out last. It is Sami Zayn, who we have seen once on Universe Mode. He lost to Damian Priest in a Money in the Bank qualifier. So he could have been in the ladder match. He wasn't, but he has a chance to win the Intercontinental title. And we know how much that means to him. Sami Zayn loves the Intercontinental title. He wants to make it relevant. But in order to do that, he has to get through 5 other men here to become our inaugural Intercontinental Champion. I think there's a case to argue that Sami Zayn could be the favourite here. He is the most experienced, probably, of all of these 6 men. He's won the belt before in real life, and I say he'd have to be one of the he'd have to be the favourite in this match for me, Sami Zayn. But there are no such thing as favourites. We have 6 men. We have eliminations, and Sami and Mansoor kick off with a suplex there. Gable has worked on Pete Dunne, and we've got Grimes and Apollo. We saw them compete on SmackDown. So much action going on. It's hard to call what's going on. As let's say we've got three couples here, as Gable and Dunne are on the outside, Zayn and Mansoor, and then Apollo and Cameron Grimes, who are continuing their rivalry, which started on SmackDown. Apollo's obviously not happy by losing to Cameron Grimes on SmackDown, and he wants some revenge here. As Sami just strikes on Mansoor. Powerbomb there by Apollo Crews in the middle. Sami Zayn goes to the outsiders. Mansoor rolls out the ring as Zayn goes to work on Pete Dunne now. It's Gable's kind of the leftover man. Gable and Zayn are just working away on Pete Dunne. Actually getting each other's way, and eventually they decide to go for each other. Oh, as Gable drops Sami Zayn. But we've got Apollo and Cameron Grimes still fighting in the ring. These 2 guys have not left each other's sight so far. Now Apollo Crews with a kind of angle slam on first pin attempt. 1, 2. Oh, he's got out. I thought Grimes was out, but he kicks out at 2.5. Apollo Crews nearly had the first elimination. Dunne drops Gable on the outside. Mansoor's into the ring, and Apollo Crews picks up Mansoor and drops him. And then into the moonsault, and he's going to go for a pinfall. No, Sami Zayn on Apollo. Again, pinfalls have to take place inside the ring. That's the only way you can be eliminated, is inside the ring. Pinfall or submission. So we shouldn't see any breakups of pins, because it only benefits to see someone get eliminated. Apollo working on the back of Mansoor's leg. Sami Zayn, no, blue Apollo. So we've nearly got everyone in the ring now, and a little knee to the face there by Cameron Grimes. He's going to try and steal the pin. Grimes, 1, 2, no. And interesting, that was a blue thunderbomb by Sami Zayn, but Grimes wanted the pin to eliminate Apollo. He wanted to be the guy to eliminate him. And Apollo sees that as he works back towards him. Dunne working on the digits of Gable. Oh, and a double foot stomp to the chest by Dunne. And that turns his attention to Zayn. As we've still got Apollo and Grimes still going at each other. Mansoor's back in the ring. And I think he's gone... Is that a submission hold by Dunne? Or is he just still working on the digits of Sami Zayn? Apollo dived into the outside, but Grimes got back inside. And Mansoor doesn't know who to go for. Mansoor dives to the outside on Grimes. And Pete Dunne, he might have just seen off Sami Zayn here. He's pulling Sami Zayn to the middle of the ring. He's working on Zayn. Kick to the face. And I think he wants to break the fingers of Sami Zayn. He has them. Is he going to break those digits? No, oh, little knees to the back. He's going to go for the pinfall. Dunne. 1, 2. Zayn though kicks out again. Apollo kick to the face of Grimes. Mansoor kick to the face of Gable. Dunne and Zayn run into each other. Focusing on the in-ring action, because this is where elimination could take place. Dunne going to the top rope now. He wants Zayn to his feet. Dunne misses for top rope. As we see Grimes. Oh. And is Sami Zayn going to go for a Luma kick? It's just driving Dunne one corner to the other as we've still got Gable and Mansoor. We've still got Grimes and Apollo opposite sides of the outside. Mansoor drove Gable into the corner. The Sami Zayn is just throwing Pete Dunne from corner to corner, but Dunne finally gets out of it. And I think Pete Dunne might be looking for the bitter end here. He's looking for the bitter end on Sami Zayn. Dunne for the first elimination. 1, 2, and no! Sami Zayn kicked out with the bitter end. I thought that was the first elimination, but I can't believe Sami Zayn has stayed alive. Nor can Pete Dunne. Now Sami Zayn has Dunne in for the powerbomb. Didn't go for the pinfall straight away. So I think we're going to see Gable and Mansoor come back into the ring now. Suplex. As then Gable drives Mansoor into the corner. And Sami Zayn getting involved. Unnecessarily. Just say 2 more enemies there, Sami Zayn. That's what he does best. As Apollo holds on to his suplexes on Grimes on the outside. Apollo and Cameron Grimes have not left each other's sights from the first bell of this match. That's a heated rivalry between those two. Dunne takes Mansoor into the corner. Sami Zayn does the same! I went for the Helluva kick, but Gable avoided it. Now Gable's going to take Dunne and Zayn into the corner himself, Gable. As Pete Dunne is going for the bitter end on Mansoor. Bitter end. Is that enough for Mansoor? 1, 2, and 3. Mansoor's eliminated first. Pete Dunne eliminates him. Gable now rolls Zayn into the corner. That rolls into the suplex and the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn's eliminated. 2 eliminations in quick succession. Dunne eliminates Mansoor. Gable eliminates Zayn. And we're down to 4. We've got Apollo and Cameron Grimes, who have been on the outside of the ring for the whole match. Now decide to get back in, but then going back outside again. Apollo's just following Grimes around. And Gable and Pete Dunne, who both got an elimination each there. Inside the ring, as Dunne's going for the submission hold on Gable. It won't count on the outside of the ring. He's got him in like a triangle hold. Gable is not tapping though, but a lot of damage done by Dunne there to Gable. Grimes what sticks on inside the ring. Or does he? I cannot believe how much Apollo and Grimes have been fighting and not once have they got in the ring yet. They keep threatening to go in the ring, but not quite. Are we going to see them get in the ring now? Finally, Apollo and Grimes bring this one inside the ring. Finally, we might be able to see an elimination. It's I say the angle slam type move, but it's a rope break. Grimes had his foot under the ropes, and Apollo can't believe it. He thought he had him. Apollo's going to the top rope. Apollo frog splash! Finally, Zayn leaves ringside. He's been sat out there for ages, Sami Zayn. Didn't want to leave. So I think Gable's going to come back into the ring now. Or is he? No, he's gone back outside again, but Pete Dunne's coming in. I think we're going to see all four men on the inside. As this a Boston Crab from Apollo. He's going to try and make Cameron Grimes submit, and Grimes does submit. And Apollo has eliminated Cameron Grimes. There's retribution for Grimes beating him on SmackDown. And I'm not surprised one of those guys eliminated the other. Not surprised at all, as Gable with 3 suplexes on Apollo. And straight into Pete Dunne. He's going for the sharpshooter. Oh no, it's not. He's falling for the submission hold though on Apollo. Let's go though. Let's go. So down. Oh, and he's looking for Gable. Straight into the bitter end on Gable. And it's Pete Dunne. 1, 2, 3. Gable's eliminated. We're down to 2. We're down to Dunne and Apollo. Who is going to be our first Intercontinental Champion? Dunne's now got 2 eliminations. He eliminated Mansoor and Gable. Apollo eliminated Grimes. We're down to 2 now as they fight on the outside of the ring. I wonder how much damage Apollo Crews took from Cameron Grimes while they were fighting outside the ring. Again, I wasn't focusing on it so much because I was focusing on the in-ring action. But Apollo and Grimes were going at it for a long time. And Dunne is in control of Apollo here. Again, it's just huge for either of these guys to be the first Intercontinental Champion of Universe Mode. Be a huge accolade for them. Apollo misses wildly there. And again, I think we've got a triangle submission hold on the outside on Apollo. I don't think Apollo's tapping, but again, just such damage done by Pete Dunne. We saw him do that to Gable actually on the outside earlier in the match, where he knows he can't seal the victory out there, but he can do a lot of damage. Are we going to come back into the ring now? We are. Dunne's bringing Apollo back into the ring. Yes, Dunne is on top here. Apollo is struck but blocked by Dunne. As he works on the digits of Apollo and breaks the digits, but Apollo fighting back. And he's going for that angle slam again by Apollo. Is that enough? 1, 2. Is Apollo? No, he's not. I thought he might be our first Intercontinental Champion, but Dunne kicked. That close there, Apollo. Dunne flips him over. Now picks Apollo up. And he's looking for his third bitter end. And is that the bitter end for Apollo? Rope break. He had his foot close enough to the ropes, Apollo. Can't believe it. But Dunne drops him with his signature move. And he's looking again for the bitter end. This time he looks in the centre of the ring. This time for Pete Dunne. Surely that's enough. Surely Dunne's our first Intercontinental Champion. 1, 2, 3. He is. Pete Dunne has done it. And he eliminated 3 men in the process. What a match. And well done to Pete Dunne. Fully deserved. He is our first Intercontinental Champion. And what a start to Universe Mode for Pete Dunne. He doesn't want the ref to hold his hand. He wants to look down the camera and celebrate in the only way Pete Dunne can. But there is more action to come, and we move on now to our handicap tag team match, I believe. Yes. The handicap tag team match. We have the Mysterios against Legado del Fantasma. And the story here, as you may have missed it, because actually I didn't record the commentary properly on of SmackDown, but the story here is Santos Escobar is claiming to be the main luchador in WWE on SmackDown, and Rey Mysterio is not happy with that. We saw Dominic and Santos go head to head on SmackDown. Santos beat him, but more importantly, Dominic shook his hand after the match. It's an interesting twist there. Dominic shaking Escobar's hand, and Rey isn't happy with that, and so Rey has accepted a 3-on-2 handicap match. He wants him and his son to prove they are the top luchadors in the company. It means a lot to Rey, and Rey's not happy with the way Escobar wears a mask in his entrance but doesn't wear it in ring. The mask is sacred to Rey Mysterio. The legend Rey, with his son, wants to prove to Legado that they are the top luchadors in WWE. But here come Legado del Fantasma. And how will the 3 against 2 dynamic kind of be in this match? I wonder how much of an advantage that will give Legado, because they'll have to tag in and out, so it's not like they'll have an extra man in the ring, so they'll just be fresher, Legado. I don't see many 2v3 handicap matches. This is going to be an interesting one to see. It's like I mentioned a minute ago, Escobar wearing that Mexican coloured mask on his way to the ring. It's almost a direct kind of insult to Rey Mysterio to be like, I'm the top luchador, but I don't wear a mask in ring. But he's wearing it almost to mock Rey Mysterio in his entrance. And with Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde by his side, they are a formidable force, Legado del Fantasma. And what a win it would be if they could knock off the Mysterios here. Rey Mysterio is an absolute legend. And it would be some statement if they can beat the Mysterios as we kick off the match with Joaquin Wilde and Rey Mysterio and a Canadian Destroyer to kick off on Wilde on Rey Mysterio. Now as Wilde drives Mysterio over the top rope. I think he wants to knock him down to the apron, wants to take this one on the outside, and he does a couple of strikes, takes him to the outside. But Rey's going to come back in. Joaquin Wilde though in control early on, but Rey Mysterio gets a kick in, but Joaquin Wilde with an enziguri to the face of Mysterio. And this has rocked Rey, I think. I don't think he expected this. Joaquin Wilde has started very well. But Rey, working on the arm. Is he going to go over to the turnbuckle? Is he going to walk the ropes? Rey Mysterio! In classic Rey Mysterio fashion. That double foot stomp to the chest. And picks Wilde up. He's going to take him over to the Mysterio corner. And tag in his son. Here comes Dominic. As Rey is going to go for off the top rope into a power bomb by Dominic. Dominic, is he going to go for the springboard? I mean, Joaquin Wilde still focused on Rey. And Joaquin Wilde is going to drive Rey Mysterio to the outside. But Dominic dive in to save his father. Bit too late. But what a bit of action there. Joaquin Wilde was still focused on Rey. Powerbombed him to the outside. And Dominic instantly dive in to take out Joaquin Wilde. Instant retribution on his father. It's Dominic working here. We've only seen Joaquin Wilde and Legado so far in this match as him and Dominic on the outside. Drives Dominic across. Drop kick to the back of Dominic Mysterio. I wonder whether Legado will take a count out victory in this match. I wonder where their morals lie with that. I think Escobar would want his to pin the Mysterios as Dominic brings it back in, and as does Joaquin Wilde. It got to the count of 9 there, by the way. Very close, but never really going to be a 10 count. As Dominic Now has Whacking Wild. Ray wants him. Springboard! Whacking Wild evades it, and now he's going to go to make the tag. And in comes Raul Mendoza. Again, leaving their leader on the outside for now as Raul Mendoza gets to go against Dominic Mysterio. Mysterio rolls into the corner and a drop kick to the face of Raul Mendoza. Dominic have a lovely combo. Oh, a couple of forearm strikes to Raul. Kind of knocked him off balance, but didn't knock him off his feet. Swinging neck breaker, and he's going to tag back in his father, Rey Mysterio. This is the final match of part 1 of Money in the Bank. We'll be back with part 2 and part 3 in the coming days. A drop kick there, and I think he's actually bust open. Raul Mendoza and a springboard moonsault by Rey, but he's not gone for the pinfall yet. So yeah, this is the end of part 1. This is our 4th match. We will come back to you with part 2 and 3, which will have 3 matches on a piece. So we're spreading out the matches here as Dominic is setting up Raul Mendoza for the 619. Right in the corner, right in front of his father, Rey Mysterio. Dominic with the 619. Is he going to go for the pinfall? He's going to go to the top rope for the frog splash. The frog splash by Dominic. That could be it. Right in the Mysterio corner. Oh, he had his foot under the ropes. Interesting call by the ref. He wasn't obviously under the ropes there, Raul Mendoza. Maybe a let off there for Legado. So he's back to his feet now. But the first real big strike of the match, a 619 and frog splash by Dominic on Raul. As Raul now almost mocking Dominic there by spinning around him. Dominic, Russian leg sweep on Mendoza. Taking some punishment now. I think he's busted open. He's taken a 619. Raul needs to tag out. And I think Legado could do with their leader coming in as Dominic. I thought he was going to allow him to make the tag. He didn't. Oh, and kick right into the arm. Now as Dominic brings Raul back to his corner. Tags in his father, Rey. So they work together. Double back body drop. And Raul Mendoza needs to tag out. He really does. As Rey now is setting up for his own 619. He's already taken one. Rey Mysterio, no, he catches this one. Fool me once, shame on you. But you will not fool me twice. And Raul Mendoza saw that one come in. It's his second attempt, and finally Raul Mendoza brings Rey into the corner. Finally he's going to get to tag out. And in comes Joaquin Wilde, as we're still yet to see Santos Escobar. Wilde with a drive into Rey's chest and throws him over the top rope. And Joaquin Wilde now will drop kick Rey on the side as the Legado members drop off the apron, and Escobar went to try and get a strike in on Rey sneakily, but couldn't quite. Now as Rey's going to look to make the hot tag, but can't get the hot tag into Dominic. As we tag it in now, finally here comes Santos Escobar, and we get to see Santos and Rey for the first time go face to face. These are the two leaders of their groups here, really. These are the two guys with the beef. And I think this is the match we want to see. Rey and Santos Escobar. But Rey quickly tagging in Dominic. So we don't see it very often. And now we've got Dominic and Escobar. The last time we saw these two together, Dominic was raising Escobar's hand. Such an interesting development in this storyline as a Russian leg sweep by Dominic on Escobar. So he goes to tag in Rey Mysterio again. Quick tags by the Mysterios, but Escobar still fighting away. Rey kicking out there, and he's gonna. Okay, is he gonna take Escobar towards the corner? So we're gonna have to move on for this match. This match was such a long one. We're gonna fast forward to later on in the match. Look at the outside. We've got Dominic fighting Joaquin and Raul Mendoza as Joaquin drops Dominic. So this match was so long, I had to cut it down. Otherwise, we'd have been here all night with this one. Such a long match here. As we've got Dominic and Joaquin Wilde on the outside of the ring. Joaquin now wants to bring this one inside, but Dominic, a little strike before Dominic decides to bring this one inside, and Joaquin coming as well. Dominic, though, is working on Raul Mendoza still, and drop kicks Raul Mendoza off the side of the apron. And obviously some previous there. And Dominic, oof. A little arm breaker there on Joaquin Wilde. He tags in Rey Mysterio. Now Rey goes to the apron. Goes outside the ring. Joaquin Wilde getting cocky. But Rey's not having it. Brings Joaquin over. Joaquin though fights out. I think looks like Joaquin might have either a black eye or a cut eye there, Joaquin. Yeah, look at that blood pouring down his face. And drives Rey, and he looks to tag in Escobar. We're here again. Escobar and Rey Mysterio. Drop kick by Escobar. You've got to think at some point these two will collide in a singles match. Escobar and Rey. As Escobar is setting up for the pile driver, center of the ring. Is that enough? One. But Mysterio, not even a 2 count. Mysterio's there quickly. And Joaquin Wilde comes in to dispose of Dominic Mysterio. Escobar has Rey down. So he drops outside the ring. And I think he might have some beef with Dominic, as all 3 members of Legado are taking out Dominic here on the outside, and Rey was not having any of this. All 3 members, and this is where the numbers game works for the Legado. It's 3 on 2, and they're always going to outnumber the Mysterios on the outside. Rey's trying his best to fight. He's taken out Joaquin. He's now trying to take out Santos Escobar, but Raul Mendoza continues to work on Dominic. Oh, as Rey throws Escobar. Now he goes on to Raul, and fair play to Rey. He has fought off all 3 members of Legado here to try and save his son, but again, the numbers game. Here comes Escobar. Rey continues to fight, though. But Escobar will drop Rey down, and it's just too hard for the Mysterios and Rey to fight. He can't fight off all 3 of them, can he? That's Rey with a Panama Sunrise type move there on Escobar. So he throws Escobar away. Wants to get back into the ring, Rey Mysterio. But Dominic, I think it's the legal man, Dominic. He's been outside the ring for so long. Or is... actually, who is the legal man? I think it's Rey and Escobar, actually, the legal men, yeah. Let's get back into the ring, these two. Which makes it even more curious is why Escobar went out and... I guess Dominic broke up the pin, didn't he? And then Escobar wasn't happy with that and tried to take out Dominic on the outside with the rest of Legado. This led to this just absolute melee on the outside. And Escobar's holding on to Rey. Just suplexed him on the outside, and he still kept hold of him. And he is ragdolling Rey Mysterio here. Oh my god. Look at Rey. He's in so much pain. He needs to get back in the ring, and I think he might have bust open Rey. It's hard to tell underneath that mask. And we're down to 9. And are we going to see a count-out victory for Legado? I mean, what does the tag do for the... It's a count-out victory from Legado del Fantasma. It all broke down on the outside of the ring. And the numbers game was too much. And Legado get a big win over the Mysterios. That's it. We'll be back soon.